Good morning, Carmen.
Good morning.
Good morning, Isabel.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maria Jose.
Good morning.
Okay, we are going to start with the readings. We're going to start reading Company Hierarchy, page 18. You must listen to my reading, and after that, I'll tell you to read one by one, okay? Let's see. You are going to answer to me with the green tick or the red cross. I'm going to ask you a question. Carmen, would you like to be corrected at the same time as you are reading or after you finish your reading? Well, if you want to be corrected after during your reading, click the green tick. Okay, leave it like that. Don't delete it. Isabel, do you want to be corrected when you are reading or after? If you want to be corrected during the reading, click the green tick. If you want to be corrected after, okay. And you, Maria Jose, do you want to be? Okay. Leave it like that for me to remember. Let's see. Thank you. So, now I am going to start reading. Company Hierarchy. You must read the title when it's your turn to read, okay? Company Hierarchy. Think about the organizational structure of any company, and there is always a hierarchy of some description. The managing director is above the division managers. These are above the department managers, who are above the workers. In some cultures, the emphasis on status within a company is extremely important. Take Japan as an example. Businesses in Japan tend to have a more vertical structure than companies in the West, where status and position play a less important role in working relationships. In a Japanese company, behavior and language are modified according to the job position of the person you are talking to. However, Japanese organizations give a lot of importance to group goals, and every person tries to do what is best for the common good. Okay, now Carmen, it's your turn to read. I am going to close my microphone to be able to hear you better, okay? Start, please.
Okay. Think about the organizational structure of any company, and there is always a hierarchy of some description. The managing director is above the divisional managers. These are above the departmental managers, who are above the workers. In some cultures, the emphasis on status within a company is extremely important. Take Japan as an example.
Carmen, please. Carmen, yes? Please say Japan.
Japan. Take Japan as an example. Business in Japan tend to take a more vertical.
Carmen, sorry, it's plural. Businesses. Okay.
Businesses. Okay. Businesses in Japan tend to have a more vertical structure than companies in the West, where status and position play a less important.
Carmen, vertical structure. Vertical structure.
And position play a less important role in working relationships. In Japanese, company behavior and language are modified according to the job position of the person you are talking to. However, Japanese organization...
Talking to. Yes. Talking. L does not sound. Talking to.
Talking. talking to. However, Japanese organizations give a lot of importance to group goals, and every person tries to do
group goals,
and every person tries to do what is best for the common good.
Okay, thank you, Carmen. Isabel, please, it's your turn.
Think about the organizational structure of any company and
Sorry, Isabel. Start with the title.
Company hierarchy. Think about the organizational structure of any company, and there is always a hierarchy of some description. The managing director.
Description.
Some description. The managing director is above the divisional manager. There are above the departmental manager who are above the workers. In some cultures,
these are above. These are above.
Who are above the workers. In some cultures, the emphasis on status within a company is extremely important. Take Japan as an example. Businesses in Japan tend to have a more vertical structure than companies in the West, where status and position play a less important role in working relationships.
Sí, but it's working relationships. Working relationships.
Working relationships. In a Japanese company, behavior and language are modified according to the job position of the person you are talking to. However, Japanese organizations give a lot of importance to group goals, and every person tries to do what is the best for the common goal.
Common good. Okay, thank you. Well, and now, Maria Jose, please. Maria Jose, please, it's your turn.
Now, company hierarchy. Think about the organizational structure of any company, and there is always a hierarchy and some description. The manager.
Can you repeat, please? Remember the K at the end. Think about the organizational structure.
Think about the organization structure.
Organizational structure.
Organization structure.
Organizational structure. Here a hierarchy of some description. There's in the second line a hierarchy of some description.
Hierarchy of some description.
Good. Continue, please. I would like you to not to read very quickly, to give me the opportunity to correct your reading. Do you agree?
Okay. The managing director is above the divisional manager. These are above the department manager, who are above
please, Maria Jose, don't forget the S's. Repeat. Divisional managers.
Divisional managers.
Departmental managers.
Departmental managers.
Continue. Sorry.
Who are above the workers.
Workers. Good. Continue, please.
In some culture,
Cultures. In some cultures,
the emphasis.
one moment, Maria Jose. When another word starts by vowel, we have to read the emphasis, okay? It's easier to say. The emphasis
Start within a company is how do you say?
extremely important.
Extremely important. Take Japan as an example. Businesses in Japan tend to have.
In Japan, remember that Japan has got stress on the second one. Good. Businesses in Japan.
Business in Japan tend to have a more vertical structure than companies is the worst, where status and position play a less important role in working relationship.
Good.
In a Japanese company, behavior. Sorry, behavior. And language are modified.
And language are modified
according to the job position of the person you are talking to.
Remember, the L does not sound in talk, okay? So you are talking to. Good.
However, Japanese organization gives a lot of importance to group goals, and every person tries to do what is best for the common good.
Okay, well, you are improving, but remember not to forget the S's at the end, okay? For instance, organizations and okay, it's important, but well done, okay. Now we are going to change the page and we are going to turn to page 48, Internet Abbreviations and Acronyms. On page 48, please. Let's turn to that page. Page 148. Well, let's see. Perhaps you can hear one of my cats that is crying, but don't pay attention to him. It's pituso. Let's start. Okay. Ready? Yeah, okay. Internet Abbreviations and Acronyms. During the last decade, the Internet has become so powerful as a dreams of communication that, little by little, it has created a language of its own. There are a tremendous amount of mailings exchanged daily around the world, as millions of people are writing and answering personal messages, orders, complaints, reports, inquiries, etc. This implies a lot of time sitting at the computer and trying on a keyboard. In this world of fame or of almost instantaneous communication, abbreviations and acronyms have developed as spontaneous and useful Anachronisms have developed as spontaneous and useful shorthand. Needless to say that there are thousands of these expressions circling the earth in different chat sites, news groups, messenger programs, and the like. There are some of the most typical ones used nowadays. Here are some of the most typical ones used nowadays. There is a reflection in my glasses and I cannot see very well sometimes. Well, HTH, hope that helps. IMO, in my opinion. ASAP, as soon as possible. BBL, be back later. B or C, because. BFN, bye for now. B, C or C can also be read B /C. And CYO, see you online. FYI, for your information. GA, go ahead. And GBH, great big hug. Okay, now, Carmen, please, can you start reading? Thank you.
Yes. During the last decade, the Internet has become so
title, please. Okay. You must start always with the title. Thank you.
Yes. Internet, abbreviations, and acronyms.
Acronyms is very important. Acronyms. Okay, good. In English, there are a lot of words that finish by YMS. Okay, mainly socialist parties or philosophical ideas or schools of philosophy and these kind of things.
Okay. During the last decade, is correct?
Decade.
Okay. During the last decade, the Internet has become so powerful as a means of communication that little by little,
Carmen, remember something that I told you another day. When there is a double consonant, the previous vowel, when it is only a vowel, cannot be a diphthong. It's a short vowel sound, okay? So that is little by little because there is a double T after it. Sorry for the interruption. Continue. So little by little.
Thank you. Little by little, it has created as language of its own. There are a tremendous amount of mailings exchanged daily around the world.
Exchanged. Good.
Daily around the world, as millions of people are writing and answering personal messages, orders,
plural,
messages, orders, complaints, reports, and inquiries, etc. Is correct? etc. Okay. This implies a lot of time sitting at the computer and typing on a keyboard. In this world, keyboard. In this world of almost instantaneous communication, abbreviation and acronyms. Abbreviations and acronyms have developed as spontaneous and useful shorthand. Needless to say that there are thousands of these expressions circle the earth in different chats.
Circling.
Circling.
E-R-I-R usually is pronounced third, first, circling, okay? Circling.
Circling. Circling the earth
Yes,
in different
yes, sorry.
different chat. No, don't worry. In different chat sites, new groups, messenger programs.
Remember, there are two S's. News groups,
messenger programs, and the like. Here are some of the most typical ones.
Here
You
have to say those together. Here
are some of the most typical ones used nowadays.
That is used nowadays. Now please read spell the acronyms and read the meanings on the right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, I forget. HPH, hope that helps. IMO, in my opinion. ASAP, as soon as possible. BBL, be back later. BRAXI, because. BFN, by for now.
Slack. I'm going to write that in the chat for you to see. This is Slack.
Okay.
Slack.
Okay.
Slack.
Thank you. C, because. BFN, by for now. CUO, see you online.
CYO.
CYO. SYE, for your information.
SYI.
I always. Oh, sorry. FYI, for your information.
Carmen,
GA.
got problems to remember I. Remember, in Spanish, EY, no? EY is similar. So in English, it's YI. IY. It's the same.
Okay.
IY.
Thank you.
Okay, that is a trick for you to remember, because it's very difficult to remember that. But with this trick, it's easier.
Thank you. JA, go ahead. JBH, greet behave. H.
Good. Isabel, please, it's your turn. Don't forget the title, please. Thank you. Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you.
Internet abbreviations and acronyms.
Acronyms.
Acronyms. During the last decade, the Internet has become so powerful as a means of communication that, little by little, it has created a language of its own. There is a tremendous amount of mailing exchanged daily around the world, as millions of people
around the world, as millions of people are writing and answering personal messages, plural, messages,
orders, complaints, reports, inquiries, etc.
Inquiries,
etc. This implies a lot of time sitting at a computer and typing on a keyboard.
Keyboard.
In this way, of almost instantaneous communication, abbreviations, and acronyms have developed as spontaneous and useful shorthand. Needless to say that there are thousands of these expressions circling the air in different chat sites, news groups, messenger programs, and the like. Here are some of the most typical ones used nowadays. HTA, hope that helps. IMO, in my opinion. ASAP, as soon as possible. BBL, be back later. B/C, because. BFN, by for now. CIO, see you online. FYI, for your information. DA, go ahead. DDH, great big hug.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Great big hug. Great big hug.
Great big hug. Great big hug.
Well, good. Thank you. And now let's see Maria Jose. Maria Jose, please, are you ready? Because I can see that perhaps you are checking.
Yes.
Okay, good. And don't forget your title, please, Maria Jose, and read it slowly for me to give me the opportunity to correct, okay? Thank you. Maria Jose, are you saying something? Because I cannot hear you. Room. Let's see if you can enter later. We are going to continue with the reading, so let's see, we're going to do page 76, languages in Great Britain. Un momento. Maria Jose, can you hear me, please? Maria Jose, can you hear me, please? I don't know, but I cannot see any symbol. Can you say something, please, Maria Jose? You can hear me. Okay, so we are going to go back for you to read the... Let's just a moment, please. Let's see where we were. Yes, we were on page 48. Sorry, 48. Okay, Maria Jose, can you start reading, please? I'm going to close my microphone for you to speak. Okay, ready? Maria Jose, please click on the microphone to speak. The microphone is at the top on the left where it says hablar.
Now, can you read me?
Yes, perfectly well. Start reading, darling. Page 48,
Yes.
okay?
Yes. Internet, abbreviation, and chronism. During the last
abbreviations.
The internet has become so powerful as a means of communication that little by little it has created a language of its own. There are a tremendous amount of mailings exchanged daily around the world as millions of people are writing and answering personal messages. Others complaints, reports, how do you say?
Inquiries.
Inquiries, etc.
Inquiries.
Implies a lot of time seated at the computer at typing on a keyboard. In this world of almost instantaneous communication, abbreviation and acronym have developed as spontaneous and useful shorthands. Needless to say that there are thousands of these expressions circling the earth in different chat sites, new group, messenger programs, and the like. Here are some of the most typical one used nowadays.
Okay, read.
HT8. Hope that helps. INO, in my opinion. ASAP, as soon as possible. BEL, be but later. BRAC, because. BFN, bye for now. CYO, see you online. YI, for your information. GA, 8, GB8, great bit hat.
GA, go ahead. You repeat, go ahead. Are you listening, Maria Jose? Because I don't know if you are listening to me. Go ahead. Well, it seems that you are not listening to me. Let's continue. Now, turn to page 76 again, sorry. 100, so page 76 again. Maria Jose, I was not correcting you because I realized that you were not listening to me. So, whereas the lesson is going to be recorded, you can improve your reading if you enter later and you play the recorded lesson. I'm going to send you an email for all of you for you to say where the recorded lessons are, okay? And at the bottom, when you start a recorded lesson, at the bottom of the recorded lesson there is a line that shows where you are, the minute where you are. So if you move it forwards and backwards, or you stop it in the pause, you can repeat and going back or forwards when I am reading, and you can repeat with me as many times as you need, okay? Well, I'm going to read languages in the UK, okay? Languages in the UK. I wrote languages in Great Britain, the title, but I realize that now that this in UK. Well, it's not important, but okay, page 76. Languages in the UK. Although many people use the terms Great Britain or England when talking about this country, its true name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, or UK from short. The island of Great Britain is made up of England, Wales and Scotland. The North Channel separates Northern Ireland from Great Britain, and its closest point, Scotland, is only 20 kilometers away, which explains why more than 60% of Northern Ireland's population descends from Scots who crossed over during the 17th century. The rest of the population is Irish in origin. The Isles of Scilly and the Isles of Wight, Anglesey and Hebrides, Orkney and Shetland are also part of the UK. Foreigners usually refer to people from the UK as English. However, people from Scotland consider themselves Scots. Those from Wales are called Welsh, and people from Ireland are Irish. Their ancestors were Celts who arrived in British Islands centuries before the Roman invasion. The German Angles and Saxons, who gave England its name, conquered them in the 5th and 6th centuries AD. Later, in 1066, the Roman French conquered them. The English people and the English language came from this mixture of Anglo-Saxon and Norman conquerors. A small minority of Scotland speak Gaelic and Celtic language. The local language in Wales is still Welsh, also of Celtic origin, but despite efforts by the government to preserve the language, only 20% of the population speaks Welsh. English is spoken throughout the UK, but there are many different accents. The English they speak in London, for example, sounds different from the English they speak in Edinburgh, Liverpool, or Cardiff. Not only those speakers' accents reflect their social or educational background, but also the other languages spoken in their area. Okay, this time we are going, well, Carmen, start, please.
Okay. Languages in the UK. Although many people use the terms Great Britain or England, we're talking about
Great Britain.
Great Britain. About Britain?
PN. Britain.
Britain. Okay. When talking about this country, its true name Its true name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
United Kingdom.
United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Great Britain. Great.
Sorry.
No, great. No. Carmen, never say sorry. Never say sorry.
Okay.
Great
Britain.
Britain.
Great Britain. Another Ireland, or UK for short. The island of Great Britain.
F does not sound. The island.
The island of Great.
Sorry. The island of Great Britain.
The island of Great Britain is made up of England, Wales, and Scotland. The North Channel separates Northern Ireland for
the
Northern Ireland from I don't remember. Great Britain, sorry, and its closest point. Scotland is only 20 kilometers away, which explains. Sorry? Oh. Hola, ¿me podía escuchar?
Sí.
Ah, vale.
Pero yo creo que Berta se ha ido.
Sí, yo creo que también se ha ido.
Yo también te
vale.
escucho.
I was thrown out of the system. Can you hear me now, please? Carmen, can you hear me now? Just a moment, because I'm going to start the sharing again. Just a moment, please. Just a second. Just a second. Momento, please.
Okay.
I'm going to start the sharing again. Okay, moment. I'm going to resize the screen, okay? I'm going to resize it. Moment. Just a moment, please. Well, more or less. Okay. Moment, it's better to resize this. Okay, sorry for the interruption, Carmen.
Don't worry.
Can you continue reading? Because I don't remember exactly where we were.
Okay, at the 5th line.
Well, you don't need to tell me the line. You can continue reading. I'll find it. Thank you.
Okay. At its closest point, Scotland is only 20 kilometers away, which explains why more than 60% of
20 kilometers away. 20 kilometers away.
20 kilometers away. Which explains why more than 60% of Northern Ireland's population descends from Scots who crosses over during the 17th century.
Who
crossed over during the 17th century. The rest of the population is Irish in origin. The islands of
the Isles in Isle, Island, etc. S does not sound. The Isles of Scilly, the Isles of Scilly,
the Isles of Scilly, and the Isles of Wight, Anglesey, the Hebrides, Orkney, Anglesey, the Hebrides, Orkney, and Hebrides, Orkney, and Scotland are also part of the UK. Foreigners usually refer to people from the UK as English. However, people from Scotland consider themselves Scots. Those from Wales are called Welsh, and people from Ireland are Irish. Their ancestors
from Ireland are Irish.
From Ireland are Irish. Their ancestors were Celts, who arrived in the
Celts is a special pronunciation. It's an old word. So, Isabel, I think someone has got the microphone open. Maria Jose. Can you close the microphone, darling? Because we can't hear you. Okay, thank you. And let's continue, sorry.
Okay. Their ancestors were Celts, who arrived in the British Islands centuries before the
British Islands.
British Islands centuries before the Roman invasion. The Germanic Angles and Saxons, who gave England its name, conquered them in the 5th and 6th centuries AD. Later, centuries. You remember literature, nature, centuries. And later, in 166, the Norman French conquered them. The English people and the English language came from this mixture of Anglo-Saxons and Norman conquerors. Conquerors. A small minority in Scotland speak Gaelic, a Celtic language. The local language in Wales is still Welsh, also of Celtic origin. Also of Celtic origin. But despite efforts by the government to preserve the language, only 20% of the population speaks Welsh. English is spoken through the UK, but there are many different
throughout.
It's spoken throughout. Okay. Sorry for the construction.
Don't worry. Never say sorry.
Did you hear me?
Never say sorry. I can hear you perfectly well, but never say sorry.
Okay. The English they speak in London, for example, sounds different from the English.
London. D-N. London.
London.
D-N is D-N. London.
For example, sounds different from the English they speak in Edinburgh, Liverpool, or Cardiff.
The English they speak in Edinburgh.
Not only do speakers' accents reflect their social or educational background, but also the other language spoken in their area.
Other languages spoken in the area. Spoken in their area.
Spoken in their area.
The sounds a bit because it joins the R with the next vowel, so it's their area. Okay, Isabel, it's your turn. Thank you, Carmen. Oh, Isabel went out. Oh, what a pity. Perhaps she's late. Okay, Maria Jose, it's your turn. Let's see if Isabel enters again. Maria Jose? No, she went out also? Okay. Let's see if they can enter later. Well, we're going to... Or perhaps they are late because it's the time. Let's see. I think there is also another reading, yes, on page 78, okay? So let's go to page 78. I have found this funny picture to illustrate the reading. I think it is funny. Let's see, page 78. Okay, stereotypes. All groups of people share distinctive characteristics that outsiders quickly perceive. Any group, community, or country has specific customs, ways of talking and behaving that distinguish them from the others. This is particularly evident when we travel abroad and see how many people there behave, or when we receive visitors from other countries. To the observer, some of these characteristics may seem positive or negative. Sorry. They are often the source of popular beliefs and even inspire genius jokes either about foreigners or our own selves. Here is one. Heaven is where the police are English, the cooks are French, the mechanics are German, the lovers are Italian, and it is all organized by the Swiss. Hell is where the police are German, the cooks are English, the mechanics are French, the lovers are Swiss, and it is all organized by the Italians. Do you know any others? Well, there are many jokes in Spain about these kind of things. Well, let's see. Can you start reading, Carmen, please?
Okay. Stereotypes. All groups of people share distinctive characteristics that outsiders quickly perceive. Any group, community, or country has specific customs, ways of talking and behaving that distinguish them from the others. This is particularly This is particularly evident when we travel abroad and see how people there behave, or when we receive visitors from other countries. To the observer, some of these characteristics may seem positive or negative. They are often the source of popular beliefs and even inspire ingenious jokes either about foreigners.
Even inspire ingenious jokes.
Even inspire ingenious jokes. Either
about foreigners or our own selves.
Here's one. Heaven is where the police are English. Heaven is where the police are English, the cooks are French, the mechanics are German, the lovers are Italian, and it is all organized by the Swiss.
All organized
by the Swiss. Hell is where the police are German, the cooks are English, the mechanics are French, the lovers are Swiss, and it is all organized by the Italians. Do you know any others?
Okay, well done, Carmen. Well, as the lesson is going to be recorded, I hope that the others can enter to have a look. Well, yes, it is being recorded because I hear the machine saying that it was recorded again. So perhaps it's going to be 2 parts in the lesson, because when I was out, I think the recording stopped, but then it started later. So perhaps there is a part that I was out, but the rest is well done. Okay, I'm going to stop with the sharing now. Just a moment, please. Okay, I'm going to stop with the sharing. Okay. And now I'm going to stop the recording. Good. And okay. Can you start reading, please?
Languages in the UK. Although many people use the term Great Britain or England when talking about this country, its true name is United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, or UK for short. The island of Great Britain is made up of England, Wales, and Scotland. The North Channel separates Northern Ireland from Great Britain. At its closest point, Scotland is only 20 kilometers away.
20 kilometers? 20
kilometers away, which explains why more than 60% of Northern Ireland's population descends from Scots who crossed over during the 17th century. The rest of the population is Irish in origin. The Isle of Scilly and the Isle of Wight anglicize the Hebrides, Orkney and Shetland are also part of the UK. Foreigners usually refer to people from the UK as English. However, people from Scotland consider themselves Scots. Those from Wales are called Welsh, and people from Ireland are Irish. Their ancestors were Celts who arrived in the British Islands centuries before the Roman invasion. The Germanic Angles are Saxons who gave England its name, conquered them in the 5th and 6th centuries AD. Later, in 166, the Norman French conquered them. The English people and the English language came from the mixture of Anglo-Saxons and Norman conquerors. A small minority in Scotland speaks Gaelic, a Celtic language. The local language in Wales is still Welsh, also of Celtic origin, but is by default by the government to preserve the language. Only 20% of the population speaks Welsh. English is spoken throughout the UK, but there are many different accents. The English they speak in London, for example, sounds different from the English they speak in Edinburgh, Liverpool, or Cardiff. Not only do speaker accents reflect their social or educational background, but also the other languages spoken in the area.
Thank you, Isabel. I was not correcting you because it's a bit late, and apart from that, you told me that you prefer to be corrected when you finish. But I did not take note of your mistakes. But today you told me to correct you when you are reading. But you read very quickly, and I cannot stop you. So, well, doesn't matter. Don't worry. You can enter again and listen to me, and you can correct yourself if you want. And now we are going to turn. There is another reading that we are going to do, and is the one about stereotypes. Can you turn on page 78, please, Isabel?
I read stereotypes.
Sorry, I cannot understand you very well because there is a strange noise in your microphone. You should, I think, well, there is not a lot of time, but perhaps you should check your audio every time that you enter, because it's very difficult sometimes to understand you, or perhaps because my microphone is open. Just a second, I'm going to close mine and speak when I close mine. Carmen, close the microphone, please. Thank you. Isabel, can you say something now, please?
Should I read stereotypes?
Oh, I think my microphone was closed. Were you able to hear me? Oh my God. Could you hear my reading about the stereotypes or not? And you, Isabel, could you hear my reading? No. Okay, I'm going to read it again. My God. Okay, stereotypes. All groups of people share distinctive characteristics that are, because I made it badly and I don't want to start again to share the presentation and blah blah. So, sorry about that. All groups of people share distinctive characteristics that outsiders quickly perceive. Any group, community, or country has specific customs, ways of talking and behaving that distinguish them from the others. This is particularly evident when we travel abroad and we see how many people there behave, or when we receive visitors from other countries. To the observer, some of these characteristics may seem positive or negative. They are often the source of popular beliefs and even inspire genius jokes either about foreigners or our own selves. Here's one. Heaven is where the police are English, the cooks are French, the mechanics are German, the lovers are Italian, and it is all organized by the Swiss. Hell is where the police are German, the cooks are English, the mechanics are French, the lovers are Swiss, and it is all organized by the Italians. Do you know any others? Okay, now you can start reading, please, Isabel. I need to close my microphone.
Stereotypes. All groups of people share distinctive characteristics that outsiders quickly perceive. Any group, community, or country has specific customs, ways of talking and behaving that distinguish them from the others. This is particularly evident when we travel abroad and see how people there behave, or when we receive visitors from other countries. To the observer, some of these characteristics may seem positive or negative. They are often the source of popular beliefs, have even inspired ingenious jokes either about foreigners or our own selves. Here's one. Heaven is where the police are English, the cooks are French, the mechanics are German, the lovers are Italian, and it's organized by the Swiss. Hell is where the police are German, the cooks are English, the mechanics are French, the lovers are Swiss, and it's all organized by the Italians. Do you know any other?
Thank you. Please, to enter to correct yourselves, I recommend you to enter into the link. I'm going to send you the link for you to know where the recordings are. But remember, when you click on the link that I'm going to send you, a link is going to be produced on your desk with a different name that is not meeting. You have to enter with that link every time that you want to enter into the recorded archives, okay? So you click on that link, and then the Java is open, the application, and the Blackboard where the recordings are stored. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording now.